Hey guys, today I am going to talk about Rate My Takeout. Now, surprisingly, they actually deleted what I'm going to show you. So they had a response, and the response seemed to be a co-response from the cameraman and the editor. Then there was a second response from just one of them, I believe just the cameraman. So this is the deleted response. Hi, it's Cameraman here. Please don't believe the lies and manipulation being spread online. I have plenty of evidence that proves these claims are untrue. When it comes to comments, we've always removed anything Danny has asked us to do. We also prepared to share our group WhatsApp messages from the past 4 years to show the truth. I have nothing to hide. This is all part of a bigger plan. I want to make it absolutely clear I have never been aggressive towards Danny. In my opinion, if anything, it has been the other way around. And finally, why am I prepared to share our WhatsApp chats while Danny isn't? And why is he not willing to sit down and film a live video with all of us together for the fans? When you look past all the allegations, why does Danny need to make us look like the bad guys? The reality is, if he walked away from RMT without a backstory, he would have looked like the bad guy, and he wouldn't have gained the traction that he is now gaining. So there seems to be a lot of salt here, right? In my opinion, the views and revenue dropping over the past year is a big reason why Danny chose to leave in this way. And if these problems were real and have been going on for so long, why would Danny have opened the Rate My Takeaway kitchen business with us only a year ago? I also want to let you know that I haven't left the house for over a week because I'm suffering from severe depression while Danny has been out filming and enjoying his life. So this is the cameraman again. This isn't a cry for sympathy. We know how the internet works, but I can't sleep at night knowing you. My main takeaway from this whole disagreement is if you gave Danny the channel, he could easily hire a cameraman, probably even better cameraman. By the cameraman's own admission, they're less than professional. And they can hire a better editor. Again, a even better editor. Now, if Danny goes away, how do you get another Danny? Is it really that easy for two people, one of them in severe depression right now, but willing to post online, to do this? This isn't a cry for sympathy. We know how the internet works, but I can't sleep at night knowing you guys don't have the full context. So this has now been deleted. Why has it been deleted? Well, there is talk of these WhatsApp group messages that they're going to leak them. Very, very unprofessional, in my opinion. When you send people chats, you expect them to be private. You wouldn't necessarily expect them to be used against you, right? Then you wouldn't say the things that you would say. Another very key component, about this being deleted was it was deleted almost immediately. So the cameraman, it looks like on his own, posted it. And if the cameraman is in a position where he does not feel like he can even go out in public, I really question how good of a cameraman he was if that is truly what he was doing. Again, not to point fingers or any of this stuff, but it does seem like they wanted to get Danny out, replace Danny, make money. Rate My Takeaway is not a small, and here, this is where I show it to you that, in fact, yes, indeed, and you can see the ratio. Hi, it's Cameraman here. You can see in 4 hours at 327 comments. Again, a lot of what is happening here is about money. So don't let that distract you. If you're questioning why are people acting the way they're acting, it is mostly about money. So this is the original segment that I read, and it was a little bit more put together. It didn't threaten revealing personal text messages, WhatsApp messages, which essentially are text messages. It was far better, in my opinion, than what eventually came out. what they eventually put out here is just not something that you would want to see if you are a fan of the channel. Why would you want to air the dirty laundry, right? That's what they're threatening to do. They're saying, you know what? We are going to air all the dirty laundry that you could possibly want, and it makes Danny looks bad. And they even say, hey, why doesn't Danny air the dirty laundry? Kind of implying that Danny is not airing the dirty laundry because he's afraid of what the messages would say. Again, a very strange reaction from the cameraman, who I guess has severe depression now. Danny has presented his side. I believe Danny's side more because it logically makes more sense. Danny is Danny. He's going to get the audience regardless of if they go or leave. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that Danny is the face. And there's probably no doubt in the cameraman or the editor's mind that they can be easily replaced because, according to them, they're not even professionally trained in any capacity. So how difficult would it be for you to just find a better cameraman or something like that? A very strange thing. It is a very strange look, right? Because if cameraman and editor wanted to continue the channel without Danny, I would say it's very unlikely. They would definitely lose some amount of subscribers, which they have. And would they really be able to find another person identical to Danny? Because that's what their audience wants. That's what the audience wants to see, is they're used to having Danny review the food. Without Danny and his personality, how can you really replace that with someone else? Now you can eat, again, like I said, this is why if they are truly fans of the business and they're not, if they wanted the best for their fan base, they would hand over the channel to Danny because that's what people want to do. That's what people want to see. That's who people want to see. They basically have no attachment or loyalty to cameraman and editor because they're very easy to replace. The front man of the band is not easy to replace. And that's kind of how I look. If they truly wanted the audience to stay on the channel and want what's best for everyone, does not make sense to get rid of Danny. It makes more sense to get rid of these two individuals because they can be easily replaced. Nothing of great value was lost here. Now you might say, oh, well, they came up with the idea and so on and so forth. Ideas are ideas. Until you have a person and its personality. I think on YouTube especially, it's all about personality. And whether or not you like somebody is why you watch their YouTube channel. I think Danny's hilarious. I think Danny's really fun. And it's not just Danny, it's Danny's family. So it's, on one hand, they're saying, hey, we have to protect our own families, right? On the other hand, it is a very bizarre thing to then put Danny's family at the heart of the issue and really have him in this type of trouble, right? Where they're leaving comments about his daughter and they're not being deleted. So if you're in charge of the social media, like, you have to offer more than just cameraman and editor have offered. The star of the channel is Danny, and if the star is not happy and he decides to leave, because I'll put it this way, Danny's already left and he's building up another channel very quickly. You can see it in the hundreds of thousands, 500,000 views already. That proves to me that Danny does not need editor and cameraman. But God forbid editor and cameraman find another Danny, right? When they themselves don't want to be public, they themselves don't want to keep their private lives. Hey. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hi, guys. Give this video a like if you like it.